Welcome to the weekly press briefing of the Kosovo Specialist Chambers, where we aim to provide journalists with an update on the latest developments at the court and the opportunity to ask questions. In the trial of Hashim Thaçi, Bashkim Smakaj, Isni Kilaj, Fadil Fazliu, and Hayreddin Kuçi on the alleged influencing of witnesses, the trial judge granted a request from the Thaçi defense seeking the admission of 96 pieces of evidence on the 30th of April. This evidence included public records from Mr. Thaçi's war crimes and crimes against humanity trial, prior public evidence provided by witnesses listed in the indictment, publicly available media content, previous versions of transcripts and translations of audio recordings of visits to Mr. Thaçi at the detention center, expert reports, and other material. Accepted from the decision were 2 expert reports and 5 other items. The judge noted that the expert reports will be the subject of a separate decision. He considered the defense's request moot for 5 of the items because judicial notice had already been taken of them. The trial judge admitted into evidence all the remaining items, finding them to be prima facie authentic and relevant. In the same case, the Thaçi defense called Professor Helen Fraser, an expert witness in the field of forensic transcription, to testify this week. Professor Fraser's testimony took place on Monday and Tuesday, including cross-examination by the prosecution and questions from the trial judge. The judge also reminded the parties of the deadlines established in his earlier decision, including for the defense to file notices concerning the closure of their cases and for the prosecution to indicate whether it intends to present any rebuttal. They should do so by the 14th and the 15th of May, 2026, respectively. In the Thaçi et al. War crimes, finally, in the case of Pietro Scialla, the Supreme Court panel set a deadline of 18th of May for the Scialla defense to file a public redacted version of its request and set subsequent deadlines for victims' counsel and the defense to respond. On the 11th of May, the registrar assigned Simon Laws as victims' counsel to respond to the Scialla defense submissions. Mr. Scialla was convicted of arbitrary detention, torture, and murder, and the trial panel ordered him to pay a sum of 208,000 euros as compensation for the physical, mental, and material harm suffered by the participating victims. The appeals panel dismissed Mr. Scialla's appeal against the reparations order on the 29th of January 2026, and he is now filing a request with the Supreme Court panel against that decision. Thank you.